600 years ago, the links, the only people who worked on the links were shepherds. And no doubt, with their crooks and a loose stone, they had their own sort of stick and ball game, probably aiming at a bush as a target. And of course, over the ages, it evolved. It didn't just happen. The game of golf evolved, developing its own peculiarities and characteristics. In the early 1700s, they started making the feathery balls and golf clubs. The golf clubs, of course, were mostly wooden clubs. The only cleek or iron-headed club that they had was a short-faced thing, which was used only if the ball was in a place which a wooden club couldn't look at, say deep rough or in a ledge or something. In 1764, the Society of St Andrews Golfers shortened the links from 22 holes to 18 holes, and that standardised the round of golf at 18 holes. In 1856, when Sir Hugh Lyon Playfair was the Provost of St Andrews, and he was also the captain of the Royal and Ancient Golf Club. Now, he cut 2 holes on each green, which made a complete circuit of 18 holes. And now that was the start of the system of double greens, which I think is unique to St Andrews. The other important thing, I think, was in 1870. Tom Morris created what is now the first green on this side of the Swalkin Burn. At that time, it was intended to be the 17th green, because the course was played on the left-hand circuit. It was a very good idea. It speeded up play, and it eliminated lots of bad feeling. And they marked the outward holes with a white flag and the inward holes with a red flag, so that the people knew just exactly which hole to play to. And that's why they've got white and red flags on the course today. I remember hearing one story about, this was when I was a boy caddy myself, and many of the older people, the older men who were caddies, were old seafaring men, old fishermen, who had come to caddy because of the collapse of the local fishing industry. And I remember one old chap telling me he was caddying for this American, and he'd been in places of the golf course he'd never been in before. This old chap, this American, was all over the place. Now, the caddy kept taking something out of his pocket and looking at it. This was getting on the American's nerves. So he says, "Look, my man," he says, "I'll pay you well." He says, "I know we're taking a long time and you're having a rough passage, but," he says, I'll look after you." "Oh," he says, I know all that." He says, "The Americans are right good payers." But he says, "It's no a watch I'm looking at, it's a compass. We're lost."